Long before the rise of empire, before marble temples crowned the hills of Athens, the Greek world was a landscape of scattered tribes, small farming communities, and seafaring peoples bound together not by a single ruler, but by shared stories. These stories, of thunder-wielding sky-fathers, wise goddesses of war, and trickster messengers, would become the foundation of Greek religion. And from that religion would emerge one of the most influential civilizations in human history. Greek religion did not appear suddenly. It evolved. Its earliest roots stretch back to the Bronze Age Minoan civilization on Crete and the Mycenaean kingdoms of mainland Greece. Archaeological evidence from places like Knossos shows goddess worship, sacred bulls, and ritual ceremonies long before the Classical Age. When Indo-European tribes migrated into Greece around 2000 BCE, they brought sky gods and warrior deities that blended with local beliefs. Over centuries, these traditions fused into a shared pantheon. By the time of the poet Homer in the 8th century BCE, the gods had personalities, rivalries, and family histories. His epics, the Iliad and the Odyssey, along with Hesiod's Theogony, gave structure to Greek mythology. According to Hesiod, in the beginning there was chaos, a primordial void. From chaos emerged Gaia, the earth, and Uranus, the sky. Their union produced the Titans, and from the Titans came the Olympian gods. At the center of this divine order stood Zeus, ruler of the sky and king of the gods. After overthrowing his father Cronus in a cosmic struggle known as the Titanomachy, Zeus and his siblings, Hera, Poseidon, Hades, Demeter, and Hestia, divided the universe among themselves. Zeus ruled the heavens, Poseidon claimed the sea, Hades governed the underworld. Unlike distant abstract deities in some ancient cultures, the Greek gods were deeply human in character. They loved, envied, deceived, and punished. They were immortal, but not morally perfect. The Greeks did not see their gods as creators of strict moral law. Instead, the gods embodied forces of nature and aspects of human experience. Athena represented wisdom and strategic warfare. Ares embodied the brutal chaos of battle. Aphrodite symbolized love and desire. Apollo governed light, music, and prophecy. Each god had a sphere of influence, and honoring them meant maintaining harmony with the natural and social world. Religion in Greece was not centralized. There was no sacred text beyond poetry, no priestly hierarchy controlling doctrine. Worship was civic and communal. Each city-state had patron gods. Athens revered Athena, Sparta honored Ares and Artemis, Corinth celebrated Aphrodite. Festivals, sacrifices, athletic competitions, and dramatic performances were acts of devotion. The Olympic Games, held at Olympia, honored Zeus. Religion was woven into daily life, politics, and identity. From this religious foundation grew the Greek world of city-states. Unlike later empires, Greece was never a unified empire in its early classical period. It was a mosaic of independent poleis, Athens, Sparta, Corinth, Thebes, each fiercely protective of its autonomy. Yet when threatened by the Persian Empire in the 5th century BCE, they found unity. At Marathon, Thermopylae, and Salamis, Greek forces resisted invasion, defending not just territory, but a shared cultural identity shaped by language, myth, and worship. In Athens, this identity blossomed into democracy. Citizens debated laws beneath the watchful gaze of Athena's temple on the Acropolis. Philosophers questioned the nature of justice and virtue. Socrates challenged assumptions. Plato imagined ideal states. Aristotle studied logic, ethics, and the natural world. Greek religion did not suppress inquiry. It coexisted with it. Myths explained cosmic origins, while philosophy sought rational understanding. In the 4th century BCE, the Greek world changed dramatically with the rise of Macedon under Alexander the Great. Educated by Aristotle, Alexander carried Greek language and culture across Asia as he conquered the Persian Empire. His campaign spread Hellenism, a fusion of Greek and Eastern traditions, from Egypt to India. Greek gods merged with foreign deities. Zeus was equated with Egyptian Amun, Greek art blended with Persian style. The gods themselves became part of a cultural bridge linking continents. Greek religion also carried important principles. One was hubris, excessive pride before the gods. Myths repeatedly warned that mortals who challenged divine authority would suffer. Another was Xenia, sacred hospitality protected by Zeus. Respect for guests and strangers was a moral expectation rooted in religion. The Greeks believed in Moira, fate, an order even the gods could not fully escape. These principles shaped behavior, storytelling, and political thought. Unlike later monotheistic traditions, Greek religion accepted plurality and ambiguity. There was no single path to salvation, no universal moral code delivered by revelation. Instead, there was balance. Honor the gods, avoid arrogance, respect the natural order. Religion was less about belief and more about practice, ritual, offering, participation. Over time, Greek political power declined. The city-states fell under Macedonian control and eventually Roman domination. Yet Greek culture, and its gods, did not disappear. Rome adopted them, renaming Zeus as Jupiter, Athena as Minerva, Ares as Mars. Greek philosophy became the intellectual backbone of Roman education. The myths survived in literature, sculpture, and theater. Even after Christianity replaced pagan worship, the legacy of the Greek gods endured in art, language, and symbolism. Constellations bear their names, planets carry their identities, psychological archetypes echo their personalities. The stories first sung by Homer still resonate because they reflect universal human traits: ambition, jealousy, love, courage, folly. The Greek Empire, if it can be called that, was not merely territorial, it was cultural. It spread through ideas, stories, and shared imagination. Its gods were born from the blending of ancient traditions, shaped by poets, and sustained by civic life. They governed the seas and skies, but also the fears and hopes of those who worshipped them. In the end, the most enduring conquest of the Greek world was not achieved by armies, but by narrative. Through myth and philosophy, through temple and theater, the Greeks created a vision of the cosmos populated by gods, who were reflections of humanity itself. And in telling their stories, they shaped the spiritual and intellectual foundations of Western civilization. From chaos to Olympus, from small villages to sprawling Hellenistic kingdoms, the Greek world reminds us that civilizations are built not only on stone and steel, but on belief, imagination, and the enduring power of story.